What's the shape of your change? What shape does it make as it moves through the landscape of possibilities? Imagine it being like a flow moving down a river, or a chunk like a flood moving down, carving its own shape in the landscape. Is it like a glacier pushing through, producing this great U-shaped structure? Is it like a fast-moving river carving a narrow groove? If we think of the breadth of that change as being the scope that it has within the overall scope of all possibility, the length being how much of it is all happening at the same time, carving its own path. The depth is like the intensity of it. Is it gentle or is it fast moving? Is it carving as fast as it can go, like an agile environment? What shape does it take? If we look at the shape that it's making in the landscape as a whole, has it got a clear sense of direction? Is it pushing through regardless in one particular direction? Is it having to maneuver and bend around major obstacles? Is it meandering all over the place? Is it wandering, we have no idea where, which often happens in a business environment? Does it have any kind of direction at all? Are you putting out scouts to look out ahead for what the possible issues might be that you have to maneuver around? Do you have scouts working up the paths through the possible paths through the mountain, the passes? And also, what terrain is it moving through? Is it moving through a smooth, easy landscape? I remember someone said it was like we have straight paths of change going through. Or is it harder going? Is it actually dealing with the real world rather than an imaginary flat nothingness? Is it going through a swamp? Is it struggling over a scree where you can hardly get any footing and whatever you do, you keep on sliding back? Is it hard going over mountains? Are you having to do lots of little river crossings? What is the shape of your change? And then when you look at the group that are doing the change, are they all grouped together in a bunch? Are they all strung out in different places, like the scouts that you've sent ahead, or the ones that are doing the cleanup behind? How are you keeping everyone together on that same path to make sure they don't all break up and go off into their own directions? So what's the shape of your change? It's a useful metaphor to explore when trying to make sense of change.